So my childhood was, for me, I looked at it as something that was a fairy tale, but really and truly it wasn't. The reason why I say that is because it came to a time where my parents were about to, my dad and my mom were about to get engaged. They did get engaged, but after that, I remember there was a argument that erupted because I was drinking alcohol. My mom wasn't used to seeing me drink alcohol because she was living in another country. She came to Ghana, which where I was at that time when I was a little boy. And yeah, she wasn't used to me seeing me drink alcohol. So an argument erupted, why are you letting your son drink alcohol, blah, blah, blah. Then a few days later, I got into an argument with my mom and it erupted into something much more bigger because my dad got involved and put me in his room. And there, my mom literally left my dad's house. She left, packed her bags, and never returned, just because of that argument. So since that age, or since very young, I had that attached to me. I was thinking, oh, my parents broke up. My parents didn't further the relationship because of me. So I held a lot of grudges within myself. I was angry at the world. I was angry at my parents. So that's how my childhood was. I remember I had a French teacher. She was my French teacher at the start, and she was teaching me French. But then my French teacher became my stepmom out of nowhere. I remember the actual wedding between my stepmom and my dad, I wasn't invited to. I was just there with the maid or the guardian, left there, and I wasn't invited. So that was a very, very hard moment for me to swallow because before I was a lastborn, so from my dad's, I was a lastborn. So I was used to getting everything, getting my way, getting everything in my family. Now I'm being pushed aside. So I really felt lost, alone by myself. I started off as, of course, I was angry at life, but I started off innocent in the means of things like how the world was. But my eyes were starting to open when I went to school, when I came to the UK, when people used to speak about pornography and all those kind of things. I wasn't used to that. I wasn't exposed to that. So as a young man, I remember I started DJing. I was part of a DJing group where I used to DJ at various locations. And there we used to play games. Oh, what do you think about that girl? Yeah, let's move to that girl, let's approach that girl. But then it became something much more sinister than just speaking to girls. It came like we went to this party, we have to sleep with this girl. Okay, we can get this girl in bed, we can do this with this girl. So that's how my teenage years was. My mind was revolved around girls, and that's how it was, my teenagers. I was surrounded by many people. I was one of the popular people, but really and truly, I'll go home and I'll feel alone. I'll be with crowds, I'll be with people, but I'll feel alone, which didn't make sense. I would be with, let's say, female company and we'll do things and I wouldn't feel fulfilled, which was really strange because if you're surrounded by people, you're supposed to be happy, you're supposed to be joyful. That's how people saw me. But if I was to go back home, I was empty, I was angry, I was violent. It didn't make sense. I heard about the VYG, but before I even came to the VYG, I was outside the VYG waiting to fight someone because my friend wanted to fight someone and I was there to have a fight with someone. So that's how I kind of heard about the VYG. But before then, things moved forward and through persistence, people were inviting me to come, but I saw it as, I'm too grown for this. I saw little people jumping around, having fun, people were happy, but I thought, I'm too grown for this. But I came. VYG is amazing. No longer am I coming there with pride thinking I'm bigger and better than anyone. The VYG is literally a place where you can be yourself. You can, whether you're this bad guy, this tough person, or you've got this internal issues or whatever it may be, the VYG is where you can be yourself. The VYG is a place where really, when we speak about be something big, it really does mean be something big in your financial life. It gives you goals, targets in your love life, in your spiritual life, in all departments of your life. It's like, I can't put it into words, but it's a place that's changed my life and also others' lives. Many things changed within me. No longer was I empty, no longer was I alone, going to bed, sleepless nights, feeling addicted, feeling that I needed to do things with people to feel fulfilled. I no longer had to do that anymore, but now I'm happy. my happiness does not come from external things. My happiness comes from within myself. I've been able to, even through the VYG, I've been able to start my own business, progress in other areas in my life, in my family. Now I have a good relationship with my mom. Before we didn't have a good relationship, but now we have a good relationship. We do things with each other, we spend time with each other. So many things have changed. So yeah,